got hit with a brick for refusing to give this guy her number, allegedly. But we go look into it and do some investigating.
Dang, Brick Squad.
Yeah, don't do that.
Brick Squad.
Brick Squad.
Brick Squad.
Let's go.
Man, I was tripping when my niggas said Brick Squad. I said, chill, bro. Brick Squad.
Oh my god.
Man, but we just gonna give our perspective on it, man. We just we hear a lot of people talking about it, and so we just gonna talk about it a little bit. We ain't go too deep, but we just gonna give our perspective and see what's up with it, man.
She look like she fucked.
I got a clip. I got this clip from I got it. I watch. He a pretty good reviewer. He does like reviews, stuff like that. Shout out if you ever see it. I know we're a small channel, but you know we might see it. Shout out to his name is the Poor Man's Podcast, man. So shout out to him. He another he a black man. He be doing his thing on there, man. He been doing his thing for a while on YouTube. So shout out to him, man. Had to grab his content. Don't get too mad at us, bro. But hey, it's all good. We can talk to our person Trey. He does all our what's it called? He does all our I know what word I'm talking about. Yeah, communication code. Sound like he does communications. Holler at him because you might not like what I'm gonna say. So go ahead and holler at with Trey. Let's get into it.
Sure, y'all heard of the brick lady, the lady who claimed she got hit in the face with the brick after rejecting a guy, and she was upset because no men stepped in to help her.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watched.
Damn. Nigga, your health hit critical hit. You one shot away, literally.
Not only was she lying about this situation, but she has a track record for using sympathy to scam people. The owner of the establishment looked at the footage and saw no evidence of a woman getting hit. Several people who work in the medical field have stated that her injuries are consistent with someone having an allergic reaction to something. This is an example of the exact allergic reaction they were talking about.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And this ain't even her first scam. She is a habitual violator. In 2020, she got $5,000 in a GoFundMe called Help Black Muslim Mother Pay Medical Bills. And you know it's her because her name is in it. This is a video of her from 2020.
You grew up and they mad because you trying to beat somebody. They mad because you trying to beat somebody. I'm trying to be a doctor and they mad. Look what they did to me. Look what they did to me for no reason. They gonna beat me up. I'm 30 years old, they gonna beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up for no reason. Look at me. I'm not a bad person. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm a good person. And they try to do this to me.
This is a post from her in 2022 saying she has a bunch of injuries and she needs money for her son's birthday. And the list goes on and on and on.
Literally 1 month later, she's seen asking for money again to fund a research project she's doing. Jump to February 2023. Here she is claiming she experienced violence at the hands of a white woman. 1 month later, claiming more hardships and trauma.
Are you serious right now, bro?
And trust me, I hate to be that guy, but if you want protection from a man, get a man. Because my wife has a man and I have to make it back home to my wife alive. I have people that rely on me, people that need me to be alive. And how am I supposed to explain to God that I got sent to heaven because I was protecting some woman that doesn't know how to keep her hands to herself? Now, if it's my mom or my sister or my wife, I know her character. That's why she's my wife. And I know she doesn't provoke violent situations, so I'm willing to crash out. And my wife knows I'm willing to crash out. That's why she's willing to de-escalate situations, because if I have to become violent, the thing about violence is you never know how far the other person's willing to take it. Wanting random men to crash out on your behalf and not be able to see their kids grow up because you want to be rude, loud, and violent in public is crazy. Remember Carly Russell, the woman who faked her own kidnapping? I don't know, it's almost as if some women are willing to use sympathy to get power and resources. These are perfect examples of why movements like Believe All Women are insane.
We don't do crack. Crack is whack.
So I ended up giving him head, and then he took a video of it, and then I showed it to the cops and said that he did it unconsensually. Well, like, not the cops.
Alright, the other, I guess let's get into something that we ain't talking about.
Yeah. So the question The question I want to pose to the guys based off this video clip, we'll get into the specific nuances of what happened here, but I want to ask y'all, are we as black men expected to protect black women that necessarily don't belong to us?
Well, we had this conversation.
I guess everybody get a simple answer first, so we don't have to drag it out. I guess and then somebody, and then we'll go into why. So I guess we then yes or no, Trey. What you think?
It's situational for me.
Okay.
I would say situational or nuance.
Okay.
Situational or nuance.
Thank you, Keith.
Short answer, no.
All right, man. I say no too. So I guess we want to go. Guess who want to break it? Who want to break theirs down first?
Why no?
Why no? I mean, I think what's the guy's name? Poor Man's Podcast. He brought up a specific. He brought up a example, like if I have a wife and kid at home that I need to make it back to, am I gonna go out my way to potentially risk my life and my people lose me because I try to go out and limb for somebody who just had themselves in a predicament that had nothing to do with me? That's my one case. But I know I can understand there could be nuances and situations. But like you said, you don't know if you get into a violent situation, you don't know how far the other person is willing to go. So you really got to stop and think before you just act just because, I think, in my opinion.
That's the thing is you got to have proper discernment. Now, because we are such in a sensitive climate, you will see less guys willing to just jump in and play the protector role for anyone in any situation. I could give y'all my personal experience just this week.
Yeah.
I was getting off of work and it's a main road, busy road, broad daylight, and I see a couple of a man. Oh, it's more of a boy and girl because they was young, but a man and a woman. But at the trunk of the car, right? And I was in that mode where I was, you know how you just like on autopilot, you just driving, you ain't even paying attention that you're driving. I was thinking, but it caught my eye, and I came back to reality, and I saw where the guy chokes the girl, slams her head on the trunk, and then as soon as her head popped up, he punched her in the face. And I was like, whoa. Instantly, I slammed on brakes in the middle of the road, honked the horn a few times, and was like, yo. And when I did that, bruh backed up and he backed away. Now, with having proper discernment, what I wanted to do initially is get out, share some force with force. But I also knew and have delivered to this house, this particular house before. I never seen this guy, but I delivered to this particular house before, and where they are paranoid in that house. So they go to sleep with the pistol on them. They come to the door with the pistol on them. They use the bathroom. It's always on them. You know what I'm saying?
Shine. Get your shine on. Get your shine on, shout it.
Yeah. So, hey, I put this on. I put it on everywhere. Booty cheeks, kneecaps, underarms. I got the vanilla right here. Usually, I got the lavender ones. It helped me sleep good. Cause I be sleeping like this, and I can smell it off my hands. I'm trying to tell you, feeling good. You better rock with this.
Right.
It's that vanilla. Yeah.
Listen, man, we ain't being ashy no more. Hygiene. Yeah. Hygiene is important. You need to get your shine. It's hydrating. It's light. It lasts all day. You don't got to use a lot, and it's good from face to foot.
Historically, I don't really use lotion or nothing like that because I'm like in a hybrid, light skin, in between dark skin motherfuckers. Coming back from vacation, I'm a little sunburnt, so I needed something to get my skin back right because I'm feeling like a reptile right now. So I'm gonna get this baby going on when I get home.
Oh, and look, you gotta shine on, everybody. Look, I got like 4 cases. I got a bunch of cases. And I got the big jar too. That's old school. Y'all don't even know about that. He don't even got those no more. But look, I'm telling y'all, this shine is amazing. Help with eczema, clear your skin up, all of that great stuff. So, You don't want to miss out on this shine, man. Make sure y'all go get y'all a bottle of this.
All natural ingredients.
Absolutely.
Yep. Where they can find it?
So you can find this at shinecareproducts.com. Let them know that we sent you. Use the code FMF20, get you a discount.
Got to.
And I know this, you know what I mean? So in that, I had to process that really quick, and I chose not to actively. I chose not to actively jump at.
You gotta be able to get away fast, right, Trey?
Because with that proper discernment that Brother West has spoke on a few episodes back, you're not gonna just like Bruh said, I gotta make it home to my woman. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be neglect and disrespectful to her for me to have lost my life for someone else that neither one of us don't know the situation and nothing like that, you know. The comments going off. Hey,
we'll get Brick Squad trending on all.
Throw them bricks in the chat. Throw the bricks in the
chat. But you do gotta have the proper discernment. Now, when if I see in that situation, I saw the violence happen, and if I wasn't behind a vehicle, more than likely I probably would have. I still said something to the guy. And if I was on foot, if I'd have said something, then he wouldn't have had, in that emotional state, he wouldn't have had much of a choice but to check me for checking him. You know what I'm saying? And situation would have escalated. I know this. You know what I'm saying? I've been in this situation enough times to know the usual result. You know what I mean? And again, it's such a sensitive time right now that nobody could take a L. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I would have whipped this dude ass, but I know he would have went in the house and
upped it on us.
Yeah, and I know a lot of other guys. They're not even that big. Like somebody like AJ size, they look at AJ and be like, "Yo, I'm not fighting you," because they automatically see muscles or some type of definition and be like, "Yo, he can one up me." You know what I'm saying?
That don't mean nothing.
That don't mean nothing. I don't whoop the muscle is, brother. The most muscle, you was
muscle do not mean that you can fight. Don't mean that
it don't mean
a lot of times muscle getting away for real though.
Right.
That's why you see the best boxers and stuff, they don't look like super lean. Buff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Lean, bro. Yeah. So yeah, you gotta have that proper discernment. So to answer y'all question, more than likely, I'm not going to just jump in to protect the female. I will more so use my voice, and I would have to see this transpire. Like if a woman just run in the store, yo, I was assaulted, I'm gonna be like, all right, sit down, let me get you some water. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you need to call the cops. That's their job. But if I in a situation like that, I'm usually going to react in some type of way, but I'm at a proper discernment enough to not try to make it go that way, escalate too much with me involved. You know what I mean?
Trey, to piggyback off what you're saying, I think in that kind of situation, let's say allegedly, I don't think it's true, but let's say allegedly we out at this club and this dude did hit this girl with a brick. I think the way we can protect Black women, like I said, in this aspect, is by protecting our brothers from themselves in that situation. Like you said, use the discernment. You know, I know you say instinct would tell you pull up, hop out, and start getting the fisticuffs. But I think if you can find a way to maybe approach the situation, letting that brother know, hey, I'm not here to engage in conflict, but I want to let you know, hey man, you can go to jail behind this shit. Like somebody will call you on your ass. You will throw your life away over this brick or whatever. So I think, you know, if I was in that situation, such as this dude about to throw a brick at this girl, if it happened, I can tell you why it's probably not true, but I would just talk to the dude like, bro, it's camera phones out here nowadays. All somebody gotta do is record you for 3 seconds and your ass going to jail. But there was no footage of this particular situation, so it's still debatable whether she got hit with a brick. Some people's there's stories that say she she's injecting herself with saline because the clinic brought back a report that they just drained saline out her face. You know, and she's doing this shit for clicks and views, and then she makes money off GoFundMe or some shit like that. But I digress.
I would say. Oh, go ahead, Trey.
You got it.
No, I was gonna say, in a situation like that, instead of addressing the guy, I'm gonna try to pull the woman away. And the reason why is when emotions and stuff is high, when you address a guy, it's hard for them to like
respect it and
yeah, exactly. But if you pull, if he going after her, if I pull her away, more than likely he gonna be like, all right, yo, he gonna probably stand there and just talk his shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if you interject and you go talk to him, 9 times out of 10, he's not gonna care about what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? The goal is to try to the goal is to try to de-escalate it the best way possible, and the best way possible is to create separation amongst whoever has the issues. So it'll be easier for me to get the woman away because I can just pick her up and carry her off. You know what I'm saying? As far as with the guy, it might be a little different. Now, if I'm trying to get her away and then he's still still pursuing, then that's when I might have to address the guy then and be like, yo, bro, like I'm trying to get her away, bro. Like, yo, go ahead, get out of here before the cops come. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you don't want no more issues, bro. Like, I'm getting her out the way for you know what I'm saying? Like things like that. And that's just how like I would try to handle that situation. But to go back to the point of like why I say it's situational or you got to practice discernment, like Trey said. I mean, it's tough for me because I got a daughter, and I'm not always going to be around my daughter. Right. And I don't expect nobody to stand up for it and things like that. But if somebody did, I would be appreciative of that person. I'm not saying somebody got to put their life on the line. I'm not saying like, yo, if something happened with a woman, yo, you gotta just start swinging, don't ask no questions or nothing like that. No,
right.
But like what Trey say, part of protecting is like, hey, bro, yo, chill out. Like you ain't even gotta step in all the time. Sometimes just saying something, let people know, yo, we see you, bro. Yo, hey, yo, bro, the cops on the way, bro. You better go ahead and get up out of here. You did what you supposed to do. Not everything mean like, yo, I gotta come in and just start swinging for the woman or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just about, hey, bro, hey, you better stop the cops right down the street. You know what I'm saying? That'll be enough, hopefully, to be like, oh, damn, all right, let me chill out a little bit. When I say protect, I don't think it's necessarily mean like, yo, you gotta jump out the window and crash out for somebody. It's protect mean like, yo, just speaking up sometimes. You ain't gotta get yourself fully involved in the situation, but sometimes instead of just driving by, you could just say something. You know what I'm saying? Like what Trey did, and things like that. That's why I say like, should it be expected? No, not the way society is set up. Because one, people not fighting fair nowadays. You know what I'm saying? If niggas was just throwing fists, then yeah, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But people not doing that, and like we said, we do got a responsibility to get home to our own families and things like that. But that don't mean you don't gotta not say nothing and just sit there and just be like, oh damn, she getting fucked up. Oh, too bad for her.
4, 3, 2, yeah, go and chill, yeah. Man, y'all watching this video, man. You ain't subscribed yet? Man, you got about 5 more seconds to go and subscribe. I'm finna show up with this person right here, man. Hey, subscribe to this channel, man. We got work to do. All right, let's get back to it.
Like you could say something, you know what I'm saying? Like what Trey said. Like you could yell out the window, hey, you better stop, the cops down the street. You know what I'm saying? The cops on the way, bro. You better chill. You know what I'm saying? Like just something is sometimes better than not saying anything. And I will say, I don't necessarily say I subscribe to this thought process, but I heard a Muslim brother talking about a situation like this, and he was like, yeah, absolutely. And they was like, yo, you don't care about losing? He like, yo, we got to die at some point. I could die in a car crash. At least I die for something honorable. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's on you to decide, like, what kind of life you want to live and how you want to be remembered. But when he said that, I mean, that's a true statement, too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you down for your beliefs? And if that's something you believe, like I believe I should say something. Now I ain't gonna sit here and say I'm trying to die for it. Now that ain't me. But what I'm saying is my belief system is I should say something, or try to intervene the best way possible without escalating the situation even more. If homeboy, like if I try to say something to homeboy, he's like, "Yo, shut the fuck up. This not your business." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "All right, bro.
Whoa,
Hey, but
whoa.
hey, the cops on the way, bro. I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, I can shut the fuck up all you want me to. That don't mean they ain't gonna lock your ass up. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help you out. But it's just about just because you might don't gotta come out swinging, it don't mean you don't gotta say nothing either.
Yeah,
So that's my point on.
hey, Paul, I'm gonna knock on wood. You talk about car crashes and shit. I'm gonna knock on wood for you right quick.
Yeah, yeah.
This nigga
And
love it.
before I let G speak, I just want to say I can agree with you when you were talking about addressing the woman, like, because it'd be easier than addressing the man. I think that would be the case if it was like a intimate situation like what Trey ran across. But if it's like a club scene, bro, I think you're better off addressing the dude, because you know how when alcohol is involved and our women get that courage in them, they start popping off like they niggas, and you really can't calm them down. You liable to get punched by her if you get in the
Bro,
face like, nigga, who the fuck
I
is
can
you?
take, but I can take her punch. The nigga punch might lay me out though. You know what I'm saying? Like I can pick most. Now it depends on the size of the woman too. You know what I'm saying? But most women, you could just pick them up like they'll be flailing. I can get her ass out. I can drag her out the club like that ain't no thing.
Now I'm saying
But
you not gonna
and,
be in a
and, and in a
position.
club situation, you don't know who he with. You know what I'm saying? Because now you gotta his homeboy
But
might come from behind. Bow, like you
I
out.
I got you, but if you, like you said, if you in that club situation, you putting your hands on that girl, everybody go jump on you because they be like, who the fuck is you putting your hands on her? They gonna think you assaulting her before you trying to help her. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, you got to practice your discernment. I'm just saying, I got a better shot again. Finding a way to separate both of those people with getting addressing the woman, and if I got to lift her up or whatever, because more than likely, if people see in the club like especially if she was the instigator, and they see she popping off, they probably want somebody to drag her ass up out the club. They like, yo, she about to get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like somebody got to get rid of her anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
It's just I always think you got an easier time trying to de-escalate the woman
That's
or
what
separating the situation from the woman than with the guy.
yeah. I'm just saying if emotions are high, I'm gonna go with the person I think could be more logical in that situation, which is
Yeah, that's a good way to approach it.
G. What's your stance on this?
Maybe I won't draw it out too long, but I think as far as to answer, to elaborate on what you say, you wanted to hear the reason why I say no. I'll start off with that. The reason why I say no, I believe that all women have a covering when they come on this earth. So their covering is from their father. From their father when they get married is on to their husband. So they have their
Preach,
covering.
preach,
So
Tevin.
I think as far as a covering when you first come in the world, I know not all incidents are. I believe it as a fact. I don't believe all instances where a male is hitting a woman. It's 100% where he just a crazy dude. And she was in there cooking pancakes and singing Christian music. All of a sudden, he just come out of nowhere and just knock her out with a two piece. I don't believe that happens. I understand it does happen. Sometimes there's crazy dudes out here, and I believe it's a percentage of dudes just hit girls for no reason. They don't see no difference. They're like, dang, bro, you gotta chill. Like, you can't do that. But I believe this is from my personal experience being around women and actually seeing things. For the most part, it's not just a dude just randomly doing that. It has to be. It's usually common warfare. It's either the put their hands on first, or it was some kind of instigation or some kind of words. I'm saying words should be able to result in violence. But I do believe sometimes that each man has a button, and I think most women knows buttons,
Mm-hmm.
and not all men can be able to control themselves. And some words are considered like I think we all been there. Some words are fighting words. So with that, so with that being said, we're and the way the new setup is now with feminism and everybody wants to be equal. I believe some of these young people that are growing up, they really believe that everybody's equal, and I don't think some women know that they're not equal, and they think they are equal. And I think men don't understand that women are not equal, but in the society they see them as equal. So I think most of the time it's common warfare. And if you want to do some more studies on it, I do believe, and what I've read, the highest statistic in it as far as with couples being fighting are lesbian couples.
Mm-hmm.
So it shows that some women, they love to fight. So, but when it goes back to us, if we should be able to protect everybody, I say no, because like the guy said, my covering is the ones that's around me. I mean, my sisters, they're not married, so they're under my covering. With me and my dad, my brother, we cover them. And when I get married, my covering, I have to cover my wife. I mean, that's gonna be my covering. So I mean, I'm about to have to cover her. So anything that happens, but it's an underline to that where I mean that of course you can't, like Paul said, you can't control everything that happens in the world. So if something was going around and I'm not there, of course physically, I mean, if something happened, of course I would wish that somebody would help, but I can't get mad if nobody does because that's not their covering. So what I would do in my way, of course, if I have a daughter, and God blesses me with a daughter, and hopefully what my parents did with my sisters and stuff like that, they show themselves at least a perfect way or a way that they can conduct themselves around men and understand the strength of a man and what not to do and do certain things so they can prevent any type of situation where they even put themselves in that realm, whether if it's in a certain vicinity, what type of man they be around, what type of men they bring into their life, so they can at least maximize their chances when they wouldn't happen. You know, you can't always predict anything, but at least try to be like, I don't think you should do this towards a man. I don't think you should date this towards a man. If you see this kind of situation, don't go in this kind of situation because there might be messed up men around there. So at least try. So if something like that happens, we can look at everything and be like, dang, that happened. But at least we try to teach them and try to show that they shouldn't have been. I mean, to get in the best situation. So that's the best I can get to, because you can't stop it all the way. So when it comes around, if I see somebody going around and something happen, my first instinct, it used to be like, yeah, maybe I should jump in. But then I jump in. Then I think now it's like, I got to get back to my woman. I got to get back to my family. And honestly, I don't know what this girl said to this dude. I don't know what happened before I came. All I saw was the punch. I don't know if she hit him 15 times before the end. I don't know if she said something or she did anything in the back or said, kid, it could be so many different things. And for me to just jump in wildly and just saying all of a sudden, oh, you hit me. I'd be like, bro, I don't know what happened. I'm supposed to just go hit him. I don't know what happened. I don't know what you did to this dude. So, I mean, it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's the best way I can break it down on why I wouldn't. So, hey,
I'm gonna say two things to that. One, all right, jumping around. Paul, I would more so target the guy, especially from experience. I had a situation where, you know, it's the back and forth argument. They outside screaming, and then it's like, bitch, I should smack you. And it's like, hold on, bro. Because you now are putting yourself in jeopardy. Everybody in the situation has to take accountability. And I've had this conversation recently with other men where the guy's like, yeah, but.
Oh, you still here? You ain't subscribed yet? Hit that button, my man. Hit that button and subscribe.
A lot of times women know what they're doing. And this is why I preach emotional maturity to the guys. This is why like I talk about the power of presence. This is why and we're gonna have more discussions on this about healthy relationships and all of that stuff, because it is I'm gonna keep on saying it's a sensitive climate where it's a lot of guys. A lot of the times what I've seen in domestic situations is where the woman has spoken the truth, and the truth hurt this guy's ego, and now he's ready to put hands on her. or has put hands on her. And once you put hands, once there is physical from man or woman in this relationship, once there has been physical, if it hasn't been nipped in the bud, then it becomes acceptable. And now, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, because I see guys that get like she be hitting him all the time. He just taking it like it don't hurt, but mentally it's like, bro, she's fighting you. You know what I'm saying? And at one point, at some point, you can snap. You know what I mean? Like, and just give her one, and she down and crying, and now you're in trouble. But she been hitting you for years. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I say it's situational, and I don't just jump in. And y'all silly with the bricks.
These bricks.
Hey, y'all gotta take a comment, dog. I couldn't concentrate on this comment.
These bricks crazy. These brick squad.
Big squad. I was like, man. So, and this is not another reason why I preach emotional maturity, because a lot of men are afraid of being vulnerable because of that. Like, you just use something. Like, if I tell you that this is a trigger for me, you know what I'm saying, and we was at a good point, now that we got into a heated debate or argument, and you use that against me, like, I don't know how to act because I trusted you with that. You know what I'm saying? But I keep on coming to the guys about, emotional maturity, so that if that were to happen in the power of presence, like, she can't hit you if you're not there. Like, get away. Like, I can understand that is situational. And I don't agree with putting your hands on a woman, but y'all know my line. If you close enough,
Headbutt.
bro. Close.
Y'all gotta watch episode 3 to know what we talking about.
I mean, that has to go to the. I think, like I said, it goes to the parenting, bro. I think that the parenting. I mean, that was one of the number one things I heard my dad say to my sisters. Like, Ray, you cannot.
Don't ever put your hands on a
Yeah,
man.
because you can't.
I tell my daughter that all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're not stronger than him, man. And I don't like how society is running, where they think that you think you're stronger than a man. I mean, these
And that you think that you're not gonna get no repercussions. Yeah.
Yeah, because most men, because you like going to a situation, you have a daughter. I don't know how this boy was raised. I mean, you never know. He might. So don't even put yourself in that predicament. Like I said, if he going around and you just in the house cooking on fried chicken and you being the nicest woman ever, and he's all of a sudden decision for no reason, I'm like, dang, bro, all right, they got chill. But if you just, I hear, that's why I asked the questions. I'm like, he hit me. I'm like, bro, hold on. So I'm asking, did you do any? I'm not saying you did anything, but did you say or do anything? Did you hit him anything like that?
What's the whole situation?
I mean, what's the whole situation? Yeah, that's the problem right there. Nobody asks the whole situation. You just automatically hit you. Like, you got to see what happened. Hold on, what happened? I mean, bro, she hit me with 18 hangers, and then she hit me with my mouse, and she hit me with a TV. I'd be like, I mean,
nah, you know what? I'll be like, bro, what you was still doing there? I like, yo, what you was still doing there, bro?
No shit.
He might be, bro. Yeah,
and I'll be like, if it was my house, I like, now, this is where, if you have sisters or brothers, that's where this come in handy. But I'll be like, yo, like, hey, I'm not gonna put my hands on you, but I got a sister though, and I can't.
A lot of people, well, a lot of females in my fighting days, I used to be the fighter. I told y'all I was a buddy. A lot of females have, I'm going to get my cousin and all that. And like, I didn't, like, cousin come and I'm like, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? He just ready to fight based off the one-sided situation. I'm like, hold on.
He don't know it. Yeah.
Before you get your ass whooped real quick, let me you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you that what your cousin did, because your cousin them, you know what I'm saying, she over there yelling and shit, being boisterous. Well, let me tell you, bro, that she did XYZ. And he like, you did that? Like, yeah, but fuck him. All right. Fuck him, yeah, but we gonna go back to the crib because now we gotta talk to you. I done had that happen a few times, and I don't like that. I'm going to
Exactly.
get
See,
my people.
I wish that would happen more because I believe that a lot of people's gotten killed and in jail over stuff
Yes.
like that, man.
Yeah,
And they don't
man.
even know the whole story. And then women she out free and she don't know what she did. She ruined people's lives and got men in trouble or killed because
Man,
of some wild stuff that she
we
did. I don't think it's a highlight on that because we have a lot of hashtag believe all women, no matter what happens, you got to believe it without even asking no questions. No, we got to
Mhm.
ask some questions. They humans just like us. They ain't perfect. They ain't perfect just like us. We gotta ask them because all of them ain't innocent.
yeah,
Yeah,
And
that's fine.
that's a good point. Like we don't have the conversations anymore.
Really
And
don't.
shout out to Todd. Shout out to Todd with that comment. For real. Like yo, if y'all ever walked away from a woman, was she mad, yo? Oh, yo, I'm telling you, snatching power right back.
You
Is
snatched it back, bro.
you snatching power instead of just in there arguing with her or going back and forth with her? Be like, yo, all right, yo, hey, I'll see you later. I ain't dealing with this right now. Like, yo, like
Mhm.
a lot of, and this not even just like intimate relationships, but this also like when it come with your homeboys and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, man, we want to get the last word, or we feel like walking away make you pussy or something. You know what I'm saying? Well, really, the person that can walk away for real, they probably the
Yeah.
strongest and most emotionally
Strong,
mature
bro.
person. You know what I'm saying? And that'll save a lot of situations. I've been in situations before with homeboys and stuff like that where like we was about to get ready to take it there, and then one of us would be like, you know what? All right, I ain't fucking with you right now, yo. I'm out. And then
Mhm.
a couple of days later, you be like, yo, bro, we was tripping. You know what I'm saying? Or you just don't ever talk again.
Right.
Like, but everybody get to walk away scot free. Nobody dead. Nobody in the hospital. Nobody locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still get to live, man. And I think some of this stuff, man, we just don't value life, and that go back to the point of the discernment that I was talking about. Is like I value my life, and I'm not gonna walk into a situation I don't know what's going on. I don't know these people. I don't know how they react. I'm walking into a situation blind. So I'm not going to go all out on those situations that I have no clue on what I'm getting myself into. I don't know. This might be a mafia member or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it is whatever. But I would hope. And like I said, I practice discernment or whatever. But also, I don't want to be part of the bystander effect as well. But I would hope that I would say something. I have said stuff in situations before where I could try to attempt to de-escalate the situation or try to at least break it up. But we gotta value other people's lives, but we really gotta value our own lives and how we handle a lot of these situations as well too.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. We got a comment from Todd. She said she remembers Blueface told a story about his mom trying to make him go fight her battles until he realized the type of person his mom was and opted not to pull up on dude for a beef that wasn't his. That is
Mm.
powerful because a lot of us only focusing on protect, and not realizing the guidance and structure part of things and like nipping stuff in the bud. And I've definitely experienced that. When I started before my bully phase, I was just getting my battles up. I was getting my fights up, my belt, you know what I'm saying? I was getting enough under my belt.
Yo, what's up, FMF Mob? What's good, yo? Hey, I want to thank y'all for all the subscribers that we got. We clicked over 100 subscribers, but we looking, man, we need more support. So y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button at the bottom. Make sure you like the videos and keep showing us support. Y'all take care.
Um, it used to be at the bus stop. I used to get in trouble at the bus stop every morning. And then when I stopped, when I stopped like looking for a fight, the fights that would come to me, it always was my sister. Like, now I got my brother, and I fought a few of them until it was my homeboy, and I was like, "What you?" And now I'm talking. What you do? He's like, nah, I ain't do nothing, bro. He's like, go ahead. I don't even want to fight you, bro. Like, you my dog. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, but sis. And I'm looking like that same situation. Like my sister has a mouth on. I listen. My sister is my older sister. I won't always decide. It used to be Tom and Jerry with me and my sister. Like my mama and like anywhere in public, like we fist fighting, scratching, rolling on the ground. Me and my sister used to go at it. And then I had a growth spurt and was like, I can't be fighting you no more, man. Stop trying to hit me. And I've definitely seen where like she knows how to push those buttons specifically on the guy. And I'm like, yo, like you think you've been in enough situations with men to know that you can get your ass whooped. Stop fucking with men in this way. Like you weigh 110. Like you're not gonna do no damage to this 300-pound dude. Like stop playing.
What you
Yo,
think?
you know what?
We think taught. How do you think we get here? We got here where women really think that they can do that. Do you think it's
no.
off TV? Do you think it's media? Do you think it's the way they brought up? Where do you think that
I think no.
where they think they're equal?
I want to address this because it kind of tie into your point, G, where it's woman, but it's also
Men not correcting them.
people follow people rely on people that get the job done, and so when you know somebody, man or woman, that like yo, they the they the fighter. Like I know a bunch of homeboys, they be like, yo, they might get beat up or something, and they run and go get the big homie that they know like that can fight or whatever. Be like, yo, they said this about me, or they tried to jump me, or da da da, and they run and go get they mans who know how to handle business, and then he got to come through and handle it, and he don't even know what's going on. He just, this my man's, yo, we throwing down. You know what I'm saying?
That's like
Everybody
other
got
people's
people
battles.
that like, because I would say this: if a sister had a brother who was like, no knock on nobody, but like a little nerdy or whatever, and she know he can't fight, she not gonna go get him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a fact of who do you trust for certain situations? Who do you go to for certain situations? I think it kind of more aligned with that, or who got the group. Like if they got a group of people, they'll be like, oh, that group mentality or whatever. Like yo, like I know 5 people that ride with me right now. If something happen, like yo, I'm gonna go grab them, and they ain't gonna ask no questions. They just gonna listen to me. Like I think it's more so of that mentality now than just specifically like women see themselves physically equal to a man. I think is if they know they got somebody that can protect them, or they see people around, they like, oh, like if it was a midget, no woman going at no shout out, no disrespect to the midgets or whatever. I hope I used the correct term, but she wouldn't be like, yo, why you didn't protect me? You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't think he was able to protect her. And not saying that midgets ain't able to protect, because some midgets that can throw hands. You know what I'm saying? But y'all get my point. You know what I'm
They throw
saying?
the shins. They throw the kneecaps. They throw the shins and kneecaps.
You seen that episode?
Look, I didn't say that. Look, I didn't say that. But if they see people around that they feel are capable,
I said it.
they gonna have they gonna have them jump in. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's more so a lot of people want other people to fight their own battles instead of fighting their own battles.
I would say that. Go ahead, Keith.
It's me. It's on me.
Yeah.
All right, let me get my spiel off. I think to answer G's question, I think it goes back to fatherlessness in the home. Like a lot of women don't have a father figure. They don't know. They don't have a man that can teach them about men. So they're used to that strong, independent black woman, probably masculine, and they pick up those masculine traits from her, and they take it out into the adult world, and they don't have a covering, as G would say. So that's my short answer to that.
I would say it's just more so of a male figure. There's a lot of men who tolerate disrespect until they can't tolerate it. And when you're approached with any type of disrespect, the best way to nip it in the bud is by nipping it in the bud immediately and appropriately. Like, you don't have to cuss, you don't have to raise your voice, you don't have to threaten. But you can say, "Hey, what you just, how you just came at me, I don't tolerate that." You know what I'm saying? One of my lines is, "I won't allow my own mother to talk to me that way.
Yep.
Why do you think I would allow you to?" You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, you might get the backlash of, well, I ain't your mother and this and that. You might get the backlash, but that's when you ignore and you take yourself away from the situation if they can't respect it. So I'm gonna say is more so just not a dominant figure in this person's life, in this woman's life specifically, because I know a lot of strong women. I'm in the environment now where there's a lot of strong women who has that type of demeanor around a lot of guys or towards a lot of guys. But when they come to me, I don't get that same type of energy. And that's because when they first did it, I showed them that that's not acceptable. You do not approach me that way. I didn't approach you that way. Give me the same respect. If you can't do that, then I don't care if you're management. I don't care if you're, I don't care what it is, what your title is. I don't care what the position is. I don't care if you are the one processing this loan. I don't care. I don't care the situation. You are not going to come at me in a manner of which that I find disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a pretty cool dude. So if you're reacting to me because of something I did, I could take accountability, right? But if it's just you, like, just being, we're using this word a lot, but boisterous and loud and ratchet or whatever term you want to use, but y'all all got a vision of this disrespectful woman. If it's just you approaching me with that, I'm not tolerating. I'm not accepting that. You know what I mean? And as far as like with all, and that's with all women. That's with all people. That's with children too. Like, guys have gotten real passive when it's gotten to setting the boundary. You know what I'm saying? Or setting the boundary, showing the line of where the respect needs to be. You draw this line, you cross that line, understand there will be repercussions. Not saying that I'm gonna put my hands on you, but you're gonna have to face some type of consequence of disrespecting me. Now, that disrespect is that line that had to be drawn. If you never drew the line, then she doesn't know where she's being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's being accepted by her peers and her family. And, you know what I mean? If it's being accepted all around in her life, she doesn't really know that she's blatantly disrespectful. Even if she does have an idea, she still thinks that this is acceptable enough. I think we need more stand-up guys to say, no, you're not going to talk to me like that. You're not going to approach me like that. You're not going to put your hands on me. You're not going to threaten me. Or you're going to get your cousin. Let's go talk to your cousin then. How about I can call your cousin?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll walk over there with you.
Exactly. Well, to close it up, my final thing I want to say, so I know we've been on here a minute. I'm gonna jump off soon.
Yeah.
Trey has a point with that. You have to set some type of boundary, and even sometimes it's verbal and physical, not physical, but sometimes verbal. But sometimes just women just know. You can raise their fathers can raise them a certain type of way, but I think it's in a woman's DNA to not push buttons, but to push limits
They're
at
going
times.
to test
That's
you.
my
They're going to test you.
they test you. They test who they think that they can get past. They test who they can try.
No,
So I think in the realm,
They're gonna try everybody. They're gonna try everybody,
yeah.
yeah.
So
If
it's
they
like
can
a
get
realm.
past it, if they can get past
It's
it on
so
you, then how are you going to protect them? So they're going to test you, even subconsciously. They're going to be like, well, if he doesn't stand up to me, I can't expect him to stand up for me. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
called a
women
shit.
want you to put them in their place.
They do.
so I mean, so it's like they have a realm where I always say it's a phrase like it's like they have to have that kind of consciousness like he wouldn't hit me, but he would. But I know he wouldn't.
But I
But
think he might.
I know he liked me, but I know he would. But I know he won't.
I
But
get what you saying, G. I get what you
it's like
saying.
it's like they have to have. It's not a
A
mean
subtle
thing. It's
fear.
not. I think a subtle, but it's not like you're a monster. But they have to have that. Like I know I'm not gonna do this or put my hands on because I know I don't know if he. I don't know. So
Just
I'm not gonna
respect.
even go to that realm. So it's a respect she has to give you, and that's all I gotta say. If you don't have that kind of that with your lady or something like that, then you gonna be dead in
Yeah.
the water
Yo,
maybe in
hey,
20 years,
Yeah.
man.
hey, G real about that, yo, because
Yeah,
you gotta. It's an edge. It's an edge you
yeah,
gotta have. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to have a little edge that you got
Have a
tapped into.
little
Like,
ice.
yo, hey, yo, don't, hey, you gotta give them that look. Like, yo, don't talk to